No, Ron. So, anyway, today I just want to start off with something. I'm not sure how to word this. Okay, I'm just gonna start off in a normal way. I'm a noob. I'm not a pro. So, game related at least, or any other stuff related. Don't take it with 100% accuracy or truth or something because there's a lot of times that I will be probably wrong because I'm a noob. I'm not a pro. Um, with that being said, I read that 1900 employees within Blizzard's Activision got fired. I usually said. I mean, the thing is like, even though Diablo 4 in its current state may not be, let's say like a 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 or whatever, losing a job is never fun. It doesn't matter who you are. It's never gonna be fun when you lose your job. Because those people also have family. And you also need to, be able to feed if they need to go to the hospital or get medication or just water, food. You need job in order to get that in a lot of countries. Some countries have this system, I believe, that allow them when they get fired to go to the government and then temporarily ask for money while they find a new job, which is great, but not all countries have this, and I believe America doesn't. I may be wrong, but I believe they don't. And this is a bit, well, I said it already, and I will put my volume in game like very low right now, because it helps. I still feel like I'm not standing still in the game, but I do want to talk about it. But also about state of the game. But I don't want to constantly make videos that sound negative because there's already enough negativity out there. And don't get me wrong, like the game deserves to be in a better state, and it deserves to get the sheet back in a way that might make the game better for the future. So I'm not disagreeing with some of the feedback that has been given that, for example, that the campaign is, well, fat, to say it simply. And I'm in a partially a bit confused why Blizzard made season 3 about a campaign, and I'll explain why. Do keep in mind this video may become a little bit longer because I feel like there's quite a few things that need to be said, at least from my side. Because I just feel like I need to be honest about these things, and I'd like to be explaining things in the best way that I can. Even though I hope people will understand my perspective. And before I say anything else, I don't mean any wrong towards people or the developers in this case. Like, don't take my words with a wrong side, please, because how do I say this? As I mentioned, there's quite a lot of feedback, and some of the feedback is really, really rough. But that's just a thing from the internet that people do, unfortunately, making me like uncomfortably rough, as in saying words that don't need to be said, and specifically talking about cursing and all that kind of stuff. Like, they're still people, even though they may like mess up the game or do a horrible job. In the end, they're still people. And again, I don't disagree with that the state of Diablo 3, Diablo 4, sorry, Season 3 is like in a bad state. Like I don't think the campaign is great. I don't think the campaign even needed to be a separate season. And I don't think the campaign was even necessary, to be honest. I feel like they, regarding the campaign at least, they got it entirely wrong with what people wanted. And I'm a little confused about why they chose this route. But it might have been, how do you say this? It might have been like from higher ups, maybe. I mean, again, I'm a noob, so I may be completely wrong here. That the higher ups said like, "Oh, we're gonna do this, like it or not," and that the developers just have to deal with it. Because season 3, they saw the feedback. They saw how much people enjoyed the boss grind and the vampiric powers, even though it was a lot of bugs. But people mostly enjoy it, which is a good thing. But given if you take the data, like just simple feedback that people liked season 2 more than season 1, or that season 2 should have been like from the release of the game, meaning it's a good season. Even though it maybe should have been like the release of the game, it also brings like that they did a good job, meaning that season 2 wasn't a fail. And that's kind of the thing that makes me confusing. Like, if they look at season 2 and people liked it, then why did they do this weird stuff with season 3? Like, season 2 was completely focused around target farming for uniques, and Ubi uniques, but also focus a lot more on buffing the player with empiric powers, to give them more fortification, more damage reduction, more multiplicative damage based on overpower other stuff, or chilled, frozen, or whatever. And even though we do have it here in a few of those things, like self fortification, damage reduction again, but it's not really the thing that I'm looking for is innovative. Like if you're gonna repeat this every season, just giving us almost the same stuff, like it's really just almost the same stuff. Like when you use sports skill, in this case from their pets, you get damage reduction. Well, you got it from the vampiric round as well, from every 1% damage reduction for every 2% life you're missing or something. Right? And these are really, like, they're not, yeah, they're not really great or anything. Like, they're okay, but it kind of feels like it's the same as season 2, but now in a campaign, that buffs you. And the thing is, like, the campaign from itself, which I'm mostly confused about, is Blizzard's. I hope at least that they know how terrible mains are in this game. And I'm not like gonna talk about the Necromancer class, but I'm just taking that as an example, considering that Druid and Necromancer are the only ones that have mains. And then you put a new main into the game for season 3. Like, I'll kill my mains right now. And you get an idea of what I mean, maybe. I hope. Because you'll see how absolutely yeah, I can't activate this one. Or and this is kind of like my issue. Give me 1 second, I gotta do some stuff real quick. Okay, I'm back. So the thing that comes more to mind, and I purely raise my contents because I had to be AFK for a minute. The thing that makes me a little bit confused and question why they went with a companion. Is I noticed that this companion does a lot of the same thing that the skeletons or golem do as well. And I don't know if they literally just use the same AI for the companion as they did for the minions. But I just saw like a little bit earlier just now. There were enemies right in front of me. And I was walking in between them. Meaning the AI should instantly then recognize, oh, my I don't know, owner or master, whatever, like the character is getting attacked, meaning protect your, your creator or owner or whatever. And it wasn't doing anything. Like again here, right now it's just standing there all teasing me. But other than that, it's not doing much. Like it does damage, but as you can see, just for one companion, it's not nearly enough. And that's the exact same problem that minions have. And I saw a video from, his name was Dart's Microtransactions, I believe. And he mentions, like, that this companion is kind of like, like this, for example. Healing me while I'm getting attacked. Like, loud wings. This is exactly what I mean. Like, it's... I don't know, I'm going a little off point from talking about one thing to another, but, you can clearly see, I hope at least, that there's something wrong with this. I'll just kill this because it will drain my life, but other than that, I'll let the companion do his thing, because it should realize, even without that I'm attacking, like, hey, I am being attacked, you should do something. And the moment I get hit, it does something. Other than that, it does one attack, it goes back to doing nothing, one attack goes back to doing nothing, one attack, like, the worrisome part for me comes in, the memes do this exact same thing. Like, I'll make one meme, one attack, almost the exact same, I guess, but, it might be a little different, I suppose, because they have more of these stones that let them do other stuff, depending on what is happening, because they also do shadow damage. But, I guess I'm kind of wrong in a way, now that I see it, about that they're doing the exact same. But, as you can see, even with my scouts and just the meme itself, even though it is empowered and has all these on it's basically just there, and it doesn't, it's like what do you call it? Like like I'm the master and he's the, like, how the stars say this, young Padawan, like he's still learning, or she, for, like, or whatever it is still learning, needs to know the way, meaning the damage output and what it's doing, the movement it's making is not good. Because I'll create all my means outside my golem, just to, like, just show I loved for one enemy, but, there I feel... like, I don't know if this seems like it's okay as in damage-wise, but do keep in mind, I have this max out, which is 45% multiplicative damage. Then I have this, 60% multiplicative damage. Then I have this. Healthy means gain more attack speed, if I'm healthy for more than 2 seconds. This 3% multiplicative damage when you're close to them. There's life, and there's resistance and armor. And this is more attack speeds. And this is the goal. But it's kind of my point. Like, I have my entire skill tree focused on minions. Completely unlocked. And that is the bare minimum of damage that I'm doing. And those were just a few enemies. Like, random mobs are not necessarily the issue. Just for a second you saw there as well, like I was standing still, I was not yet getting attacked, but there were enemies around me, and my minions didn't do anything, they were just walking there until I was getting attacked. Like, why? Why do I first have to get attacked? There are already enemies aside of me, there are already enemies in front of me. And, for example, this is a mini-boss, which isn't really powerful. I'll just let my minions deal with it, so you can see actually how, even with the extra companion, that is, wherever he is, I don't even see him, oh, he's there. You can see how long it takes in order to just kill one of these mini-bosses. And to keep in mind, I'm only a level 2. My power increase for minions doesn't increase a whole lot when I'm going through the paracombos. And I know there's been some changes, but barely any. Even though I have not seen the Paragon board yet, but I've seen the patch notes. And there wasn't a whole change from minions in there. And where it is, I don't even know where it is. Minion light bonus 111.7. And you saw how much damage the results taking, like, I mean, well, there too. Warrior life bonus. I'm so confused why these are separates. Why? Or this? Why is this separates? Why? Why is everything separate? It's like every single thing in the game is separate. But specifically looking at the companion, because I'm really alluding to the necromancer too much already. The companion itself is like, as I mentioned, the Hard Match section said something about, like, you know he's there, but he's just like, you know, your pal or your friend, like, tagging along, but he does like 20% of its damage or something that he was saying. To be fair, he was playing it road. In the video that I was watching, and I agree with him though, because there isn't a whole lot that this pet can do that will benefit you greatly. And I'll kill my minions again, just to show it off. For how useful this companion is really. It feels literally like just an extra skeleton with a little bit of power. To me, anyway. Because, if this is how he is on Water 2, and all I can do is add 2 more levels to those stones, and all it will give me is 1% extra input, multiplicative damage for, in this case, bleeding. And here it goes from 6% chance to 7% chance. Here it goes from 10.5% to 11%. And here from 17 to 19 on chill. Yeah. That's it's not gonna do a whole lot. Here and again, I'm not being hit for like a few seconds there, and until I'm being hit, my minion does nothing. He's just sitting there. Another being hit once, now he will be like roll back and forth and for whatever reason, instead of just killing the this is the biggest question regarding this season, purely for me, that I just don't get. I just don't get it. If this is where how the minions, not the scorpion thing, whatever it is, if this is where how the druid minions and the necromancer minions are not in a good state, and that the AI is not great, because it's completely going sometimes different ways from the one that I'm attacking, or sometimes they don't attack unless I'm getting hit, even though I'm right in front of the enemy's face. Then I'm like, why did you think it was a good idea to make another companion if you can't even make the normal companions in the game work? It doesn't really sound like a smart idea to me. Again, I'm just gonna try not getting hit, and you see, my Spire only does something on the moment I get hit. Because the buff here, this one, goes away the moment I get hit. And when I'm in a bubble, I'm immune, so it doesn't. But every time I get hit, it's gone. So it's an easy indicator to know when I'm getting hit. As you can see, it's not really useful. And yeah. For whatever reason, he's constantly going back and forth. I don't know if it's an extremely long cooldown for the Spire, or Scorpion, whatever it is. Why are you going back to me? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what to say, to be honest. I'm not very excited, at least. In my opinion, this entire character, or the companion thing, remove it. It's completely useless. And instead move all these powers for even. I'll make it even easier. If it's too harsh or something, more hearts. I mean, move the vampiric powers back completely for this entire season, including the companion. And then right now what you gotta do is just focus entirely on balancing. And not nerf, not fix, not big fix, balancing. The things that don't work right now, the things that are terrible right now, buff it. And not by 1%, not by 2%, not by 5%, just buff it. And I know that there are people out there that say, yeah, it is gonna be broken, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, okay, but, right now people are not even playing the game almost. As in, for the necromancer specific, I'm talking about in this case. Because I love how many people there, were that said, yeah, okay, I'm not even gonna play the necromancer because the minions are actually terrible. And they are. For World Tier 2, they are okay. At the moment I get to World Tier 3, it's gonna be tough. And World Tier 4 is even worse. Because I've played every single season, even before there were seasons. I've played Necromancer mains, and it's rough. It's really rough. And in a way, I'm kind of grateful maybe, but happy that people get to see how bad the other companion is. Because it just feels like another a little bit more powerful minion to me, as in the skeletons. So now they kind of like get the experience that we necromancers are having with our mains, or the druids with their mains. So yeah. And I'm truly, as I mentioned, I don't mean like any harm or any crap, in any bad way, but it's good to see that people realize, like, okay, it's not good. It's really not good. Good. Yeah. I don't know what to say anymore other than, if I was Blizzard right now, and again, I'm a noob, so perhaps I'm looking at this completely wrong. I feel like right now, season, for the most people I've seen, like, doesn't matter where I'm even looking, whether it's the forum, or Twitter, or Reddit, or wherever, I have not seen a lot of positive comments. So, if I were them right now, I would do an emergency campaign chat, realizing their mistakes and stop with, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Dodging the questions, sailing around the problems, and, like, saying stuff like, we evaluate this, or we realize this is an issue, but we will keep evaluating it, or however they're saying that, like, talk like a human being, please. Just acknowledge that you did a bad job, or that something isn't good, or that you've seen a problem, and just say, okay, we're gonna fix it. Don't move all around it, and I know you can't specifically say certain stuff because of probably agreements that are in your contracts from Blizzard that doesn't allow it, and blah blah blah. The recognizing a mistake is the first step to what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not sure what the word is I'm looking for. To become a new fresh something. Sorry, my English is my native language. I'm trying here. Again, I would say emergency campfire chat. Look what people say. If say druid maze are bad, buff the means. If people say necromancy maze are bad, buff the means. In this case, because they are horrible. But not only that, season regards, remove the entire campaign. Just remove it. And for all I care, instead, use this board completely towards, buffing the player. Just buffing the player. And make it compatible in whatever way you can with whichever character. Maybe this is too much of a jump within a short time, so in that case, if you can't get rid of the companion, let all the powers here focus on the character, including the companion's role. That do keep in mind, people that are playing with minions, or any kind of minion, let these buffs work on damning and soup, because they don't right now. Not all of them, anyway. There are like a few that only affects my minions, I believe, like 1 or 2. So it's completely useless for me. And other than that, for season 4, I know it's gonna be focused on itemization, which is probably gonna be like almost 90% of the focus of the entire season, I feel like, because I'm redoing itemization for how many different stats this game has. It's gonna be quite somewhere. And seeing how they handled the other seasons, I feel like it may not come out in a perfect way. But we'll have to see about that. And maybe a simpler thing I'll say is stop being too safe. Or too scared with pushing out a patch that may buff a player to be extremely powerful. Like, what is gonna happen? They're gonna have a fun time. They realize that their character is extremely strong and that some of the content is too easy. Well, boy, put in difficult content more, like how it's Earthshare. Like, considering balancing seems to be an issue, because it's being done extremely slow. Just buff the players and make the content around it, because balancing seems to be an extremely difficult issue within Blizzard that's taken way too long. And by the time it's gonna be fixed, I feel like the game is gonna be dead. And again, I'm not trying to be negative. I know that I sound negative, but I'm basing this purely on one, my own experience, and two, all that I'm reading from other people's perspectives or feedback about the current season or current game. So yeah. And I know there are some people that say, oh, it's fun, it's good, and blah, blah, blah. But, the problem comes in when, like, I believe that what I'm looking for is minority, like, the least amount of percent is having fun in the game, and the biggest amount of percent is not having fun. Then your game at some point is going to die. That is just how unfortunate it works. Because, the game lives on how many players are playing the game. And if the majority of the players are gonna quit the game, then the game is gonna die out at some point. And probably sooner rather than later. And seeing as Blizzard mentioned a lot of times that they're focusing the game mostly around casuals, then I'm a little confused why they don't, like, buff some of the characters, like, a ton, when they know they're not in good state. Because every time I see a video of them doing a live stream or a show off, they're not using the character for what it's supposed to be. Like, or maybe not even what's supposed to be, but the more bad builds or the more unbalanced builds, as in the builds that don't work properly. Because every time you see, for example, a barbarian, it's either Hoda Barbarian or Whirlwind or something like that. Or every time you see a necromancer in any kind of stream, it's Bone Spear. Or every time you see a druid, it's Bulwark. So, yeah. They're clearly, like, aware that that's an issue, I feel like, because otherwise they're not specifically going for the decent ish builds that are not, like, extremely broken with the build that they've created in their stream, so that they can, like, not focus on the bad part and focus on the decent part. Well, I'm completely confused why they're focusing on balancing a class that is already in a decent spot, rather focusing on the classes that aren't. Because all the classes, to be fair, have gotten, like, a change. But the classes that are in a worse position have gotten, like, the tiniest change compared to the classes that are in a good place or decent place. They got a bigger change. And I don't get it. But again, regarding the companion, I'm honestly not sure what to do yet. I said remove it or change something or whatever, but seeing if this is what they've done in 3 months, I feel like it's gonna be, too much to change within a short period of time. I'm not sure what to say about it. Like, I'm generally thinking out loud here, but which comes to saying, but I can't really get to a good point where I'm saying, like, okay, do this, do that. Because, now, to be honest, I'm kind of, like, losing my point here, because it's really not that great. For example, here, when your companion uses a support skill, you gain 10 fortified skills with slower dex speed or skills with cooldowns will increase the amount of fortified granted next rank. And it's not even gonna be high, like 10. And then 19 is the next rank, and then at 30, well, it's gonna be, 28? I have right now 1100 so many HP. I am gonna end up around, 14,000 or something HP once I reach level 80, 90-ish. With better gear. So what is 1945 gonna do for me? One, it's barely doing anything as a campaign, as you saw earlier. Like, it's going back and forth, do one attack, oh, it comes back again. Oh, I'm gonna attack again, it comes back again. Oh, I'm gonna attack again, it comes back again. Like, um, DM. I honestly don't know what more to say, so I'll just cut the video here and say, for the people that still want to play Season 3 or that are still playing Season 3, I do hope that you're gonna have some fun. And even though the season might not be in a good state or at all, or the game or whatever, please do keep in mind the people working on Blizzard are still humans. So don't treat them with crap. They're still humans, even if they did a bad job. Of course, you can give proper feedback, but don't make it don't make the feedback worse than it needs to be. And I'm pretty specifically looking at cursing or threatening or that kind of stuff. That's unnecessary. That's completely unnecessary. Because they're still humans. And nobody wants to be at a job where he's getting talked like shit. And I'm not saying anyone that watches my videos does, but I'm just, for the sake of just being a human being, while occasional feedback, just please say, like, kind, while giving proper feedback, whether it's negative or positive. That being said, I hope the people are still gonna enjoy whatever they can enjoy. Or there are other games if you want to play something else, of course. I hear Palwords or something. A sort of looking Pokemon game that isn't really Pokemon or whatever. Looks pretty fun actually. So I might play that at some point. You could look into that, of course. Again, by the way, I'm not sponsored or anything, but I just saw the game in a video, and I was like, oh, it looks kind of fun. Anyway, have a good day, evening, morning, night, wherever you are. Stay friendly and respectful to one another. Love each other. We need more love in the world and kindness. And bye-bye.